sorry for your loss of your grandmother. I heard the news, and where one part of the story is that they allowed you to come here for the loss of your family, that you're here. Another one is you're visiting because now you can't. But which one is it? What's the reason why?
I'll tell you why.
Please.
I'll tell you why. But I'm going to finish that point. When you do not know something, the most masculine thing you can say is, "I don't know." Trump's like, "I don't know. I don't know the details. I don't know. I'll look into it." Instead, Ron knew nothing and collapsed. So Ron failed a basic competency test. That's what I believe. I don't care what he said. I'm not scared of his AG. He failed a competency test. That's his problem and his burden.
But you are fully on it. But one thing I want to qualify this. You just made a commitment to helping him out with marketing. If he says yes,
he pays me.
You're open to it.
Okay. Look, I like money. If he'll pay me, I'll teach him how to do it.
But all I'm saying is, if you commit to it, they may get a call for 2028. Just be ready for that. But yeah, so
if he can afford me, I'm very famous and I'm very important. If he can afford me, if Ron can afford me, I'll help him out. And I'll let him know the reason he failed. Because especially, and this is extremely important, and I don't think people actually understand how much subconscious judging that they go through all of the time. When you walk into a room, you're subconsciously judged all of the time.
Right.
And small little failures like that, even the people who hate me, even the people who dislike me and are happy he says something negative against me, if you're going to collapse in the face of the ABC or NBC and people who do nothing but lie and start spouting garbage which you know nothing about, how are you going to stand in front of Putin? How are you going to stand in front of Xi? Like, you failed the competency test. I don't believe he's fit to run a country anymore. Thank God he's not president. That's what I think after I saw that. I'm not scared of what he said. I just literally think he failed a competency test.
Back at it again with the best app.
So it's crazy because, you don't mind if I talk first, do you?
Yeah.
So, and I mean this is an expression, not taking
Yeah, in the background. You got TV on?
Yeah, let me go to the other room. I'll be right back.
Okay.
DeSantis is more confident than Trump, and DeSantis would be more dangerous. It might be that DeSantis has more allies in Florida and was able to pass things more easily at the state level than it would be at the federal level. But I think that, I hate to agree with it, but it's just true. Andrew Tate made a good point that was a PR disaster, how he responded to the Tate brothers arriving in Florida. I'm going to investigate them, this and that. And yeah, innocent until proven guilty, supposedly. In this country, we're supposed to have that, right? There's a lot of laws that contradict that I can get into. But one thing you cannot say about Andrew Tate, I'd love to debate this guy. One thing you cannot say about Andrew Tate is that he's a hypocrite. He's not. He literally said, "I love money." And he called Trump a gangster and said, he liked that about Trump. And also, the idea, the premise of, telling the lie, didn't Goebbels, the minister of propaganda for Adolf Hitler, say something like, the more times you say the lie, the more people will believe it, something like that. I'm paraphrasing. But it's an old concept. But yeah, I mean, how Democrats use the rhetoric, their accusation is a conviction. I actually agree with that as well. But of course, when he was talking about communism, he was really talking about Stalinism, like the Stalin trials where they would go find the person and then find evidence and that's supposed to be un-American, right? But let's go into a contradiction. Florida state law, right? I live in Florida, I've studied the law here. You have to, especially if you're, brown like me, you're a target now in Georgia, Florida, and other states in the South. Like, for example, in Massachusetts, where I'm from originally, a lot of the lawmakers are former defense attorneys. So if you get pulled over for a DUI, you have a right to refuse breathalyzer and nothing can happen to you. In Florida, even if the charges are dropped, even if you're found not guilty, if you at any point refuse a breathalyzer, you automatically lose your license for a year. And the best you could get is maybe after 3 months, you get a hardship license only for certain things. And when you get a hardship license, you have to install a device in your car to breathe in it every time. So like, let's say they did a sobriety test, right? The regular ones where you're walking around in a straight line. You pass it all, but the cop wants to be racist. And they want to do your breathalyzer for whatever reason. You're pissed off and you don't want to do it. Then you're already found guilty before proven innocent. So there's contradictory laws like that, depending what state you're in. But yeah, I mean, I think they're being unfair with Andrew Tate. I don't know much about his case. He could be guilty. But yeah, he's making a good point. He's got a big following. He's not being hypocritical. But also, like, I disagree with it. I like that he's being honest, but I disagree with it fundamentally. Like, for example, he's basically saying, "I'll take money from anybody to become your advisor." Like, even somebody called him up one day, "Hey, I'm socialist, but you want $100,000 for being he'd probably say yes. Like, he wouldn't care if they were a right winger or not. In that sense, like, he doesn't have principles because he's showing he would basically sell out. But at least he's being honest about it, right? He's being honest about it.
Trump.
That drives the liberals crazy.
Yeah,
More so